This is Temple Talk. On today's episode, TikTok star Lexi Trechak is here. Meet your hosts, Alyssa Clostell, Baker McNamara, Marissa Gonzalez, and Maggie Fitzgerald. Also with Olivia Rakiro, Alyssa Threadgill, Corey Thompson, and Meredith Haas. From Studio One at Temple University, this is Temple Talk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season premiere of Temple Talk. We are so insanely excited to be kicking off our 9th season as we continue to cover all the latest and greatest news and entertainment. Today, we have dancer and TikTok content creator Lexi Trechak joining us, and we have some of our lovely correspondents giving us a glimpse into the return of in-person campus life. But first, let's get to know some of our fabulous panel of hosts, shall we? We have some fresh faces joining us at the table this season, and to start, I'm your host, Maggie Fitzgerald. I'm a sophomore broadcast journalism major, and I'm so beyond excited to chat it up alongside some amazing co-hosts. Baker, would you like to start us off?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Baker. Maybe you know me, maybe you don't. This is my second year here at the Temple Talk table. I am a senior MSP major, and I am more than excited to be back at the Temple Talk table. Marissa, hit me.
Of course, I'm Marissa. I'm so excited to be joining you guys. This is my first year here at Temple Talk. I'm a junior public relations major. But yeah, I'm so excited to be just talking about, the best of the best in pop culture.
And hello, my name is Alyssa Clostell. I'm a sophomore journalism major. And last year I was behind the scenes in production for Temple Talk, but now I am up close and at the camera. I'm so excited for this season. I cannot wait to get into everything pop culture with these amazing hosts.
Yes, I am so pumped to be working alongside you guys this season. But without further ado, let's jump right in with our first story. Season 21 of NBC's The Voice premiered September 20th, and with pop superstar Ariana Grande's highly anticipated debut as a coach, the show is giving a lot to talk about. The Grammy Award winner is replacing Nick Jonas to coach alongside Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend. It's clear to see that Grande's massive following is already bringing attention to the new season. So hosts, what do we think of Coach Ari so far? Baker, what do you have to say?
Oh yeah, I've actually got plenty to say on this for some reason. I'm not a Voice fan, or at least I wouldn't identify. I'm not a hater by any means. But I just haven't watched The Voice since like 5th grade. I can remember watching it like after the Super Bowl, like the series premiere for some reason. That's like a very big memory. And I haven't watched The Voice since, but I'll tell you what, Ari being back on The Voice, I ran running to NBC when the season premiered. Like, are you kidding me? That is like a mega pop star, huge fun personality on the show. And I'm so actually genuinely surprised and pleased with her as a judge. I've definitely been consistently watching, and she just like brings a breath of fresh air to that table of judges that I really appreciate. And then another thing, I love how technical she is. Like when she's talking and like selecting her team members, she really gets into the technicalities, which we don't really see from the other judges. The other judges kind of like go off vibe and sound, but she really can start digging into like pitch and tone, which is just so impressive and really shows like how well-rounded she is as a musician. So that's kind of my take.
I agree. I literally had to do a double take a few months ago when it was first announced. Like, are you serious? Like, she agreed to this. She agreed to this.
Fake news. It seemed like fake news.
Seriously. And she is so young, and that's what like gave people a little bit like, oh, like, I don't know if she's ready for this. I don't know if she's mature enough for this, because she's the youngest. I believe she's the youngest judge to ever be on The Voice. Don't quote me on that. But like you said, the technicality aspect of her coaching, you can already see how much she cares about her team and how she will like just lead them through this experience. Like, it's such a brilliant experience. And I love that concept of The Voice, with just like turning around, like not using your eyes to like judge the performance, but your ears. And that's probably like obviously the main point of The Voice, but that's why it's my favorite like television like singing competition show. But the technicality part, her wellness kits, the little wellness kits with the tea
so
bags,
cute
the
and
honey. It's so
thoughtful.
cute and it's so caring because like just a little
It's the small thing.
touch of Ari, like to keep with you throughout this journey. Like it's amazing to see.
I agree, guys. I think Ari is arguably one of the biggest stars right now. So I think having her on the voice is giving the show something fresh and something new. And I think it was desperately needed for the show. I mean, I've been watching since Miley, did you see my little, it made an appearance, my little battery pack. Yeah, but I've been watching since Blake is still there, Adam, Gwen, Christina, and I think the show needed a refresher badly. Yeah, it's been on for a while, so I'm so excited for her. And she's insanely talented. She's been performing and training since she was a teenager, not even younger. So I think she deserves it, and I'm so ready to see more of it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just gonna go out and say I'm a huge Voice fan. I literally watch it with my parents. Like when I'm home, I watch it with my parents Mondays and Tuesday nights. Mondays and Tuesdays, you know, I'm there.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like these past few seasons have been a little dry, just because it's just been a lot of the same thing. Even though they like were interchanging Gwen and Nick the past, I think maybe 2 or 3 seasons. I think having Ariana on there is just a breath of fresh air. And honestly, arguably all of the contestants want to be on her team. Like,
yes.
like
And
they
I
go
don't
on and
blame
it's like
And
she gets all of them.
It's a little obvious when they do.
Yeah.
I know, like, I'll tell you what, I'm going on The Voice. I'm here for Ari. I'm like,
why would you not
select
select Ari? You have the choices. They're all great. Like they're all great choices. But you have Ari right in front of you. How would you not go with her?
Okay, I need to talk about this. The contestant who sang POV, her Ari's own song, and then everyone turned around and she didn't even choose Ari. My mind was blown. I mean, that was great television. I've got to give it to The Voice.
That was insane. Yeah.
But I was shell shocked by that, and I was like, okay, I came here for the drama, and I'm getting it.
Right.
But also their opening performance of the Respect / Hold On Uncommon collaboration with all of the entire panel of judges, coaches. It was insane. That literally blew my mind. It was such a nice kickoff to the competition. But moving on to another competition, we have Dancing with the Stars. YouTube and Nickelodeon star JoJo Siwa is making history as she makes her debut on Dancing with the Stars. JoJo is the first star to ever compete in the same-sex duo and is already making her mark as she continues to dance her way to the top of the leaderboard. I personally think this is a long overdue move, since Dancing with the Stars has literally been around since 2005. But how are we feeling about this representation on a national television competition? I love to see it. I do believe, as I mentioned, that it's a long overdue, since Dancing with the Stars has been here for the majority of my life. But, you know, what do we have to say about this?
I agree, Maggie. I love to see it, and it is long overdue. And I think, again, with this theme of television shows who have multiple seasons, who have been here since forever, freshening it up, you know, making new things. And I will say, I think JoJo has a little bit of an unfair advantage. She was on Dance Moms ever since she was young. She's a performer. She's done multiple world tours. I mean,
oh my God.
I don't know about this.
I mean, yeah, she has that insane professional experience, like Abby Lee Dance Company level. Like, I don't think you can go any higher than that.
No.
Maybe Juilliard, I don't know.
But I don't think you can beat Abby Lee.
But yeah, she makes her stars, and JoJo is absolutely a star.
Right.
But I did have that thought process behind like JoJo joining the cast. Like, she's literally a professional dancer. She already has that advantage, and she is showing her advantage on the leaderboard. But I'm not exactly sure if she's trained in specifically ballroom dancing, because she is dancing alongside her coach Jenna Johnson. So I'm not exactly sure if she has like that kind of experience. I know she has independent like group dance experience, obviously from dance competitions throughout Dance Moms, but I think we see something new here from JoJo.
Yeah, I want to say that, well, the thing that stands out to me, I watched her performances in preparation, and her song choices, I'm obsessed with. I'm not very well versed in the world of Dancing with the Stars, so I don't really know what songs they usually pick to perform to, but Hit Me Baby One More Time, like that was one of her
I
songs.
saw that. Oh my God.
yeah,
I love her
okay,
outfits.
JoJo. I was like, okay, JoJo. I was like, okay, JoJo's growing up. Like, I'm loving to see it.
Yes.
I just really love, like, I think that she's like such a good role model for like little girls, and like to
It's
see her
amazing to
on
see.
this like primetime platform dancing with another woman. I could only imagine, like, if I were a little girl seeing that, it would be so empowering.
So empowering. And like, I love to see that girl power and just that representation on the show. Marissa, do you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think that's what's so impactful, that she has this platform and she's able to speak about, you know, who she is, and that it's okay to be yourself, and it can get you so far, you know what I mean? Like, she started off on Dance Moms, and she's honestly on the way to winning Dancing with the Stars, because she's honestly one of the top contenders. I mean, in my book, her and Jenna are amazing.
She really just got such an upper hand with that dancing background. It's like, honestly, give her the win right now, in my opinion. Like,
I mean,
yeah,
throughout the years, where from what I've seen on Dancing with the Stars, like Marissa said, how she sat down with her parents like every Monday and Tuesday with The Voice. I was there sitting on the couch with my parents watching Dancing with the Stars on Monday nights. But I've seen like football players like make their way to the dance floor, and like that's like a stretch. That's a whole other league. But yeah, the dance experience like with JoJo, it's like okay. And even like Suni Lee, she has like the flexibility obviously from her extreme training in gymnastics. Like I don't know, there's like these contenders, these different aspects that come into it, but I wish her all the best, and I'm gonna enjoy continuing to see this representation grow. We absolutely love to see such amazing representation of the LGBTQ community on such a huge television platform, and I'm excited to see this inclusivity continue to grow throughout the entertainment industry. For now, we're going to take a quick break as our lovely correspondent, Alyssa Threadgill, gets the scoop on what people have to say about some of the bold and breathtaking fashion seen at this year's Met Gala. Check it out.
Hi everyone, it's Alyssa. I'm here at the Bell Tower, and today we're going to be asking Temple students what their favorite looks from the Met Gala were. Let's find out. Alex, what was your favorite look from the Met Gala?
Definitely Lily Reinhardt's dress with all the flowers of all the 50 states. I thought that she just really went with the theme and she looked beautiful.
Definitely Frank Ocean or Lil Baby.
So I really loved Iman's look. I loved all the feathers, the gold. It was just amazing. Slay.
Yes. Natasha, what was your favorite Met Gala look?
Rosalia's.
Yes, I feel like no one talked about that one. Awesome.
It has to be Kim K.
I'm gonna have to concede with him. It has to be Kim K too. Unique look, undefeated.
Okay, so we're gonna play this or that, and I'm gonna ask you guys, who is your favorite, Zoe Kravitz or Yara Shahidi?
I'm gonna have to say Zoe. She's my crush, my celeb crush. So I definitely would say Zoe.
I think I'm gonna say Zoe as well. I really liked her outfit.
Zoe Kravitz wins. So which looks from the Met Gala did you like better, Justin Bieber or Timothée Chalamet?
Justin Bieber.
I'm gonna have to go with Justin as well.
All votes for Justin. Thank you guys. Okay, so which looks from the Met Gala did you guys like better, Lily Reinhardt or Normani?
Probably Normani. I might have to go with Normani too.
Yeah. We all like Normani. So what did you guys like about Normani's look?
I mostly like the bold yellow of it and a lot of like the texture of the dress and how full it looks. I feel like it looks really well on her body.
What about you?
I also like the elegant look of the outfit. It really just suits her.
I think she stole the show. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
So it seems like we had a difference of opinion here on Temple's campus. Popular looks were Emma Chamberlain, Zoe Kravitz, and Normani. What were your favorites? Signing off for Temple Talk, I'm Alyssa Threadgill.
And we're back. Let's get right into this next round of topics. The long-awaited COVID-delayed Met Gala once again made waves this past September with their theme, America, the Lexicon of Fashion. Stars like Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, Rihanna, Timothée Chalamet, and plenty of others came serving looks. Emma Chamberlain even made a big splash interviewing some guests for Vogue as they entered the event. So hosts, what are your hot takes on this year's Met Gala?
Who wants to jump up first?
Anybody? Favorite
I will
look?
just say I missed Beyonce,
Oh
Zendaya,
my God. Don't
Kylie.
get me started.
We
Melissa took
missed
the words
so
right
many
out of my
big
mouth.
stars, right?
Oh
Like,
God.
and I personally don't think this was the best Met Gala by far. I think there are a lot of misses with the looks, a lot of hits, of course. I think Kendall Jenner, I'm sorry, Queen of Met, she always brings it.
Yes.
She had
Oh
one
my
of
gosh,
the
that
best
Audrey
looks.
Hepburn inspiration. Beautiful. Very
Exactly.
classy for her. I thought it was very elegant. I really liked her.
agree.
That was definitely one of my favorites.
Yes.
I think one of my other favorites was Zoe Dutch. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
Deutsch, Dutch.
She's like in this like head to toe like purple moment. Like she had the like slick black hair. She had that like Cher kind of like vibe with her, but I really liked that. It was very like sparkly as well. I thought that was like one of the very like standouts of the night, I would say. Marissa, do you have any faves?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, Kendall. I also heard like the other side about how people were like, oh, she looks so basic for the Met Gala, like basic sheer dress, like diamonds, whatever, like her huge. But I really got the My Fair Lady reference. I thought it was beautifully done too. And it just wasn't too loud. It was beautiful. I thought it was beautifully done. And I thought it was so funny, the comparison of Kendall and Kim, like all the memes that came out, I thought were hilarious. And I mean, not to hate on Kim. I mean, I thought, of course it was strange. I thought it was different and out there, but I think coming from her, it was honestly a smart choice because you never would have expected that. And yeah, I mean, I just thought the juxtaposition of the two was really interesting.
Yeah, and there were obviously phenomenal memes that came out of that one. My faves, Carrie Mulligan from Promising Young Woman. She wore like a Cinderella pink dress. It was so cute. Lil Nas X, that whole 3 outfit reveal. First of all,
He pulled a Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is the blueprint. Like we can't have that conversation about Lil Nas X without giving credit to Gaga last year. Like she invented that whole 3 outfit spectacle reveal. I'm not gonna say who did it better. I'm not gonna comment on that right now, but Lil Nas X really did a phenomenal job. He just was so fun and over the top with his outfits, and like that final jumpsuit, that final look, I was obsessed personally.
Put together.
And then I also loved, I'm sorry, I could go on for a while.
No, you got it. Keep going.
Nyong'o, she wore like a denim dress. It was like, it just felt so right. Like the people who got the theme and like really hit the nail on the head with like some phenomenal American designers are the ones that I appreciated most. That being said, Lily Rose Depp in that like Chanel pink 2-piece.
I saw that.
Also obsessed. I was very pleasantly surprised to see
It was
Lily
giving
Rose
like
Depp.
2000s vibes and very American Girl. Like, I thought it was really just nail on the head with the theme and something different. I wasn't expecting that. And she did it so beautifully. And so it's just something that, you can emulate in real fashion, everyday fashion. And I think a lot of girls, and guys, everyone that just was inspired by those looks are definitely going to take to that in, inspiration for their everyday outfits.
We had that like classy American, like subtle hits like Timothy Chalamet with his like white Converse, like that's basic American fashion. Like everybody has a pair of those. And then we have like Pete Davidson who wore a dress. And I know he got some comments on SNL the other night as well about that, but I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I thought he pulled it off. What do we think?
I think like I'm not mad at him because there were so many other men who like didn't try to do anything with their outfits. So it's like we shouldn't be pointing our anger at like whether or not Pete Davidson looked good in his like kind of kilt outfit situation. Because there were so many other men who didn't try at all. It's like, oh, you get points for trying at the Met Gala automatically. Like if you're trying to pull a look, I'm happy with you. But if you just show up in a suit, I'm specifically targeting the men at the Met Gala currently. If you just show up in a plain black and white tuxedo or anything, get off the carpet. I don't even want your red carpet pictures, honestly. I don't need to see that. I've seen it for the past freaking 21 years of my life.
Exactly. Those are the ones you just scroll past and there's no conversations about them.
And it's like, what's the point of going to the Met Gala if you're not going to serve a look? Like if you're not going to pull a look or like try to do as much as you can with your outfit.
Stuff up.
The Met Gala is serving looks and looking as good as possible in very fancy and beautiful, elegant clothing.
Exactly.
And it just doesn't cut it anymore, boys.
I would say the male stars of the gala that stood out for me were definitely Timothée Chalamet with his Converse, obviously, Pete Davidson, as we mentioned, but also Lil Nas X with his 3 outfit change. But speaking of Lil Nas, following months of creative teasers and controversial self-promo, 22-year-old rapper Montero Lamar Hill, aka our Lil Nas X, released his long-awaited debut album, Montero, on September 17th. The album, which has already reached 1.7 billion streams on Spotify, features a star-studded lineup of guest performers, including Miley Cyrus, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, and even music legend Elton John on the piano. There is no question that Montero has reached phenomenal success on the charts, but this did not occur without sparking major controversy with the release of a fake pregnancy shoot featuring a very pregnant Lil Nas. So, hosts, what do we think of this album? And do we think Montero is getting the recognition it deserves, or did Lil Nas take things a little too far in the wake of promoting his album?
I am just happy to have a male pop star who's actually trying to be a pop star. You know, a pop star is more than just making music. It's a presence on stage. It's being able to perform and serve looks and have character. And for years, I feel like on the male pop star front, we've kind of been in a drought. And Lil Nas X literally rose from the ashes of other male pop stars and is a beautiful phoenix rising. He's everything I could ask for and more in a male pop star. So no complaints on the Lil Nas X front. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that he's taking these risks to just be himself. He doesn't even seem to care. He obviously acknowledges this backlash on Twitter, especially on TikTok, and he just keeps going. He just keeps rolling with the punches. And in my opinion, great for him. I know there was a little bit of controversy with his pregnancy shoots, but hey, he's getting the attention that he wants. He's promoting his debut album, which obviously has reached that success that he was aiming for. So I'm excited to see what he continues to do in his music and his promos, literally anything to keep an eye out for.
I agree, Maggie. I love that he's so unapologetically himself, and I think we need more of that in this industry. So, I mean, even as a gay Black man, the representation that brings to the table, just in general, I think it's amazing. I think he's exactly what we needed in this era. And I will say, I think it is very fitting for the album to be named Montero after his first name, because to me, listening to the album, it felt like he was singing about his journey of self-discovery, and it was just very personal for him. So I personally loved it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that, Alyssa. I mean, I think there's something so beautiful about his ability to just express himself artistically in a way that's just exuding all this freedom. He does not care about what anyone thinks. He's just making his music. And even though there's all this controversy that it's just out there, it's just out there, his concepts and everything. But I think that might honestly have to do with how the weirdest things just go viral, honestly, and honestly promoting his music and stuff. And I think it's smart. I mean, I'm a public relations major. I think it's honestly the right move. But yeah, I think the album is so much more than people are giving it credit for. I mean, I know he talks about it gets very emotional in his lyrics and everything, and it's more than just, this pop star who got famous over a country song with Ray Cyrus. So I'm really just excited to hear more from him, really.
I mean, that's a major introduction into the industry I don't think you can get any better than Ray Cyrus. And you even have that connection. Miley joined him on this album, and I think that's really sweet. They're supporting him as a country star turned rapper, singer kind of vibe, I like to see the diversity in his music. He's trying new things and trying this pop kind of style. And even Doja, our hot girl, Megan, hello. A real hot girl,
right?
But I just am so excited to see where he goes with this, and I don't know.
I think the feeling Go on. Sorry, Maggie.
No, it's okay. I just was going to say that this day and age, like, you take advantage of social media and run with it. And I feel like he's killing the game in that aspect.
Yep, exactly. He's not going anywhere. That's what this album has proven. Lil Nas X is here to stay in the best way possible, of course.
Absolutely.
I think he proved that he's more than just a spectacle. I think he proved that, he might be able to do all these flamboyant things, but he can back it up with his music. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. But before we introduce you to our special guest, we're going to take another short break to see our correspondent, Corey Thompson, show us how students were welcomed back to in-person campus life with some local fun festivities. Take a look.
Hey guys, I'm Corey Thompson. I'm out here reporting outside of the Franklin Institute for College Fest, right here in the city of Philadelphia.
College Fest!
College Fest is Campus Philly annual Welcome to Philly celebration for new and returning students. Love Park is one of the many places you can visit for free events hosted by Campus Philly during this weekend College Fest. What are you guys' objective with Campus Philly and students, correlating with students?
Around College Fest?
Yes.
Well, this is the beginning of the year. This is the fall term, and it's a little bit different than it has been in the past. So we're welcoming students back to a city that many of the students weren't in last year because of the COVID pandemic, which continues.
Yeah, and from my perspective, this is a beautiful weekend in Philly. Everything is free today, so it's a perfect opportunity to find your fit, explore the best neighborhoods, explore the best museums, and really get a feel for, what you like to do in Philly so that you can keep doing it year round.
Campus Philly has partnered with SEPTA to provide free rides on Subway, Bus, and Trolley for College Fest attendees. How do you feel about the events here at College Fest?
It's been really fun so far. I was able to shop around, see some cool museums, having a good time.
Yeah, it's been really fun to just walk around and hang out with college friends, but in the city.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I've never been to Philly before, so getting to experience the city has been really cool.
How do you guys feel about College Fest happening during the COVID-19 pandemic?
I think since a lot of the walking's outside, and I think they're probably limiting it because you could buy tickets and everything. Yeah. I think they're handling it well.
Definitely, I like the part that we get to be outside more.
And I came my freshman year before the pandemic, but it's still the same vibe, which is awesome.
I think it's a relief to kind of see the sights of the city and have no restriction in terms of masks outside at least.
So we pivoted a little bit this year. In years past, we used to have a big gathering in Dilworth Plaza right across the street here. This year, it's a little bit more diffuse. You could go to different attractions, different museums, different activations throughout the city.
We have 11,000 students exploring the city, and they're taking their own precautions. Then each of the different venues are doing their own mask mandates and precautions.
Some of the events included the African American Museum, the Franklin Institute, and Philadelphia Museum of Art, and also playing ping pong and cornhole in Love Park, and so much more. Okay guys, you saw everything College Fest had to offer: free ride, food, and events. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be here. Reporting with Temple Talk, I'm Corey Thompson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is a pleasure to introduce our next guest. She's a dancer that rose to fame through her viral TikTok skits. Please welcome the lovely Lexis Trachek. Hi, Lexi. How you doing?
Hello. Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Awesome. We are so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
So let's start. Take us back to the beginning of your TikTok journey. How did it start?
Okay, so I first downloaded TikTok. It was June of 2019, so I just graduated high school, and my younger brother was making TikToks, and he's like, oh, download it, it's really fun. And I was like, that app's for kids, I'm not downloading that. And he's like, just download it. So I was like, okay. So I did, and then I just started making random videos with my friends every now and then. But then when I got to college freshman year, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I think I want to go viral. So then the goal all of first semester freshman year, I was like, I want to go viral. Just keep making videos, and everything got 50 views. It was awful. They were doing terrible.
Growing pains.
Yeah. And then in January of 2020, my roommate, she came out of the shower and she's like, I have a good idea for a TikTok. And I was like, sure, whatever. Nothing goes viral, so I'll do whatever you say. And so then we made it, and then it happened to go viral, and it got 300,000 views, and I was in shock because I was
Nice.
This is it. I made it. I'm literally Charlie. I was so excited.
Yes.
And then after that, I was like, that's all I needed. I'm good. But every now and then I would have a viral video after that. And then soon after was when quarantine started. So I just kept making videos while I was in my house because there was nothing else to do. And my at the time 14-year-old brother, he's now 16, he built a roller coaster in our backyard. So yeah, you've never seen that before. It's really cool. Like you can ride it. And
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there because we can't take it down because
I'm coming over.
Like,
I'm coming
nailed
over.
and everything. Like it is so cool.
Wow.
But yeah, so he built that, and I made a TikTok about it, like kind of like mocking Phineas and Ferb because because it's like the same exact thing. So I made a TikTok, and then I kept like I remember yelling at my mom and my brother. I was like, "You guys aren't doing this right." Like they just wouldn't follow like my instructions. I was like, "You need to say this at that time." I was like, "I'm not even posting this," and they're like, "Just post it, Lexi. Like it doesn't matter." And then it got 7 million views, and I was like, "Oh." Okay, I'm kind of glad I posted it.
Wow.
And from that video, I got 100,000 followers, and that's when I realized I was like, I'm gonna keep going with this because this is pretty cool. So that's kind of how I got started. So it was like freshman year of college, but yeah.
What do you think is the key to some of those videos going viral? Like, what do you think it is that resonates with larger audiences?
I don't know, because the videos that I make now are very different than what I started out with. Like the roller coaster video was just something that I was like, oh, this is cool. Like people probably haven't seen it. So I think the fact that it was just such an unknown thing, like having like a roller coaster in your backyard kind of stood out to people. But now my videos have kind of like migrated more towards like comedic skits, which are relatable to like the target audience, which for me is like primarily dancers. But then I also make videos that relate to like girls or like college students or like things that you did in middle school. So I don't really know, just I guess things that people can relate to is kind of the key to success for my videos at least.
And how much like content do you make every week?
I make 2 videos a day,
Wow,
so I make
good
about
for
14
you.
videos a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Yeah. So what would you say your main challenges are with balancing this TikTok creating, content creating, along with being a full-time college student? Because that's insane. Like I can barely handle my schedule alone.
It's harder than you think because I am like one of the most involved people ever. Like I just do everything. Like I'm a tour guide. I'm the president of my dance company. I'm the choreographer for my Broadway choir. I'm a Zumba instructor. Like I do so much.
That's
so
so
I'm
awesome.
literally
Good
never
for you.
home. It's crazy. So then what I started doing was I have like a whole list of like content ideas on my phone, and then I will like make the videos in advance, so I always have stuff in my drafts. So like if I don't have time to make it, I know this sounds crazy, but like if I don't have time to make like content that day, I still have stuff in my drafts from before. But it's also like I've kind of figured that out. More of the struggle is when it comes to my collaborations / like sponsorship partnerships, because with them I have such a specific deadline and it's like a non-negotiable date, and I need to make sure that I read through the contract. I make sure that I cover everything that they need. Like some are more lenient, but some are very specific where it's like you must show the product within the first 5 seconds of the video. You need to mention this, and this. The video can't be longer than 30 seconds. Like it's just very specific, and they want like the draft by this date and then posted by this date. And sometimes they want me to like edit the draft, but I'm in fully different clothes because it was like a different day, so I have to like reshoot the whole thing. So I think that's where it gets a little tricky, just making sure that I have enough time to like get like the actual job part of it done, because when it comes to that, like that's more of like a job, and I need to make sure that I'm following all the instructions because like they hired me for this sponsorship and I need to make sure that I'm giving them everything that they're asking for.
How much content do you usually have sitting in your drafts? Just in case.
It could vary from like 2 videos to like 7 videos. It depends how like ahead of the game I get. Like if I have like free time, like I'll just keep making them because I know that I won't have this free time later, because it's very rare that I have free time. So yeah.
And then what's the creative process like for you when it comes to like planning out or drawing out a video or a sketch or whatever it may be?
Well, like I said, I have the list of content where I just write things down literally throughout the day. Like someone will say something and I'm like, that's funny. Like I've done that. I'm gonna write it down. Like I just write down like random things, or I'll read through my comments and someone will be like, oh, I did this and this when I was your age, like stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, like that's kind of different than the video posted. Like let me make a video about that. So it's usually like my comment section or just things in my daily life. I think the comment section usually inspires more dance stuff, and then my daily life inspires more like college related stuff. And then when I'm filming it, I don't know, like I just have the idea written down, and then as I'm filming it I kind of just make it up, and then I'll reshoot things if I'm like, oh, like that's not funny, or I'll be like, oh, like that's funny, I'll just keep that. So yeah.
Do you have to perform like for your roommates, like get them check on your content before you put it up, or is it all you?
No, I hate when they even hear me make my TikToks, because like our walls are so thin, and my roommate's always like, oh, I hear the countdown, like the 3 2 1 like TikTok, and she's like, so I know you're making a TikTok whenever I hear the countdown. So I like turn the volume off because I was like, I don't want her to know I'm making videos, because I get so embarrassed. I'm like, I don't want anyone to hear me because I just sound crazy. I'm talking to myself. So I don't want them to hear me at all.
I mean, there's so many TikTok creators like doing that
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
true.
absolutely making moves and making laughs. But how would you say that your life has changed since creating on TikTok? I know you mentioned all these sponsorships and like advertisements that you got into. So it sounds like a full-time job. So did you start with TikTok and then get into the sponsorship kind of routine? I know you said like it could be very strict.
Yeah, so I never expected to make this a job. Like I really just thought that I would just be making videos because I was like, it'd be so cool to go viral. Like that was the goal. Because ever since I was 10, I was like, I want to be famous. So like this is kind of like low-key accomplishing my 10-year-old goal. So I'm satisfied with that. But yeah, I never expected to get any sort of sponsorships with this or like get paid at all. So the fact that I've been able to turn just something that I do for fun into a way to make money, I think is really impressive, because now everything that I make goes straight to grad school, because grad school is really expensive and I'm paying for all of it. But I remember the first time someone reached out to me and they were like, hey, we're gonna give you $5 if you use our song. And I was like, $5? Are you kidding?
Sign me up.
I was like, absolutely. Like I was so mind blown, and now I make like way more than that, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like $5? Yes. Like
That is like summer, yeah.
I was so happy, and my mom was like, yes, like she was so excited for me, and we're like, $5, like this is amazing. And then compared to what I make now, if someone like asked me that, I'd be like, no, like $5, like
Hell yeah.
crazy.
Okay, so I'm just curious, have you gotten noticed before on campus or anything like that?
I actually have a lot more than I had expected. Since last year, we were pretty much all online. Not a lot of people were at school.
Yeah.
I got recognized like once last year, and I was like, oh, like that's pretty cool. And then I didn't think anything of it coming back into this year, just because I really wasn't recognized last year. But within the first week of school, especially on Temple Fest is like the club fair that we have. I got at least like 30 people recognize me. Like it was crazy. I was standing at my Reflections dance company, like my dance table, and since I make a lot of dance content, like dancers do know who I am, and so many people like would either come up to me like, oh my god, wait, like I know you from TikTok, or like someone would walk by and be like, I've seen you on my For You page, and then they just like walk away. And it's so funny. And like I still have people recognize me at least like 2 or 3 times a week. Like people still recognize me. Like somebody came up to me. I was standing outside of Morgan Residence Hall last night talking to my friend. It was like 11, and some girl came up to me and she's like I seen you on my TikTok For You page. I was like, that's so cool. And then she walked away. Like I never know what to say, because it's never like, oh, I love your videos. It's always like, I've seen you, so I can't say thank you because it's like so awkward. But it's just so cool.
Yeah. And what is your family and friends' perspective on this recent rise to TikTok fame?
My mom is ecstatic. My dad doesn't really care because he just doesn't like watch TikTok. The brother that built the roller coaster also doesn't care that much, but he thinks it's kind of cool when his friends are like, oh my god, like your sister's Lexi, and he's like, yeah, like she is. So he kind of uses it to his advantage. And then my youngest brother is jealous because he wants to be TikTok famous too. So whenever I go back to college, he's like, oh, like now I can't use you for TikTok views. Like he always likes to put me in his videos because he's like, I know people will watch my videos if you're in them.
It's funny.
So what kind of advice would you have for aspiring online creators who may be hesitant to step out of their shell?
I would just say be yourself, post whatever you want. I think that it took me a little bit to kind of get comfortable with just posting my authentic self on the internet because so many people are watching it. But you have to remember, yes, there's people who are going to judge you, but there's also going to be so many more people that accept you. And if you just be yourself on the internet and put out what you want, you will get the feedback that you're hoping to see, because people are going to relate to you. People are going to like what you're putting out there. And I think that you just need to be confident enough to put it out there. And it took me a while to get there, but now that I'm there, I'm happy that I did it.
Beautiful. And so what are your hopes and dreams for the future? Do you want to continue on with TikTok and creating content there, or?
I have a lot of goals for the future. Like I keep having
Oh,
midlife
no.
crises because I'm so thankful for the opportunities that TikTok has given me, and I definitely want to keep growing on it. I would love to reach 1 million followers. I would love to get verified. That's definitely a goal of mine.
Yeah.
But ever since I was little, like I've always loved dancing and acting and singing, and like being on Broadway is definitely the ultimate
Yeah.
goal. I don't know if I'd get
Awesome.
there, but having this amount of following on TikTok can definitely put me in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I actually just got an email yesterday asking me to audition for a TV show. So I don't know if anything's gonna come out of it, but just like the opportunities that are
That's
coming
amazing.
forward, it's really exciting. So
So exciting. That's beautiful. And can I ask, how many followers are you at right now?
845,000.
Oh my gosh, you'll get to 1 million. Are you kidding me? That's gonna happen like soon. What is like the growth rate for your followers? Does it fluctuate a lot, or like does it
It
come
definitely
in, like,
fluctuates.
waves?
Yeah, it fluctuates a lot. In May, I went from like 500 to 700 very quickly
Wow.
because I got my biggest video ever, which was almost 14 million views, I think. So it
Wow,
went up
what was
really
the video?
quickly. And then I think I was shadow banned for a while because it slowed down a lot. Because I think I hit 800 in like July. So it's been a little bit slower, but TikTok just like fluctuates. Like I know it'll pick back up eventually, so I'm not worried. But I do know when I hit 1 million eventually, whether it's in a couple months or a year, I do want to have a party and I want to get like the 1M balloon.
Yes.
So then I can like,
As you should, as you should. What was that most viral video?
it was just like another one of my comedic skits. It was about when you go to the doctor's office with your mom and you make your mom talk for you because you're too nervous. If that's ever happened to you guys, that happens to me a lot.
Amazing.
So Lexi, where can we watch you? We know you're on TikTok, of course, but do you share that content also on Instagram? And what are your plugs?
I do. So I started posting my TikToks as Instagram Reels. So you can follow my TikTok and my Instagram. They're both at Lexus Trait Check. So you can watch my videos on both platforms.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Lexi, for
you.
sharing your story with us. There's
Thank
no
you so much
question.
for having me.
Of course, there's no question that you're making moves in the TikTok world, and wish you all the best as you continue your creative journey. Maybe audition for a movie somewhere, maybe Broadway in your future. We will be cheering for you. So
Thank
we've
you.
got to take a quick break, but let's catch up with our correspondent, Meredith Haas, and hear her tips on taking control and getting back into a groove while stepping out of the pandemic.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Talking with Your Fellow Struggling Student that isn't struggling that much anymore. And if you are struggling to come out of the pandemic, I can tell you 3 C's that have been helping me. And that's making choices, building consistency, and building confidence. But today, I'm going to talk to you about making choices. The first one is knowing when to say yes and when to say no, whether it be about partying, seeing friends, hanging out, doing homework, taking care of yourself. The second one is knowing to eat right. I have been eating better than ever since being in the pandemic because I used to eat out all the time. I was eating Popeyes, I was eating Takis, I was eating out. It was a lot. It was really bad for me. And now I'm meal prepping. I'm going to the grocery store every 2 weeks, getting $20 to $30 worth of groceries, and I'm just doing better. And the way I meal prep is I use these from Amazon. They're to-go containers, and they make me feel like I'm eating out. And then in the refrigerator, I just have my food there. It makes me really happy during the week. It makes it really easy too. Highly recommend that you guys follow Doc Amen on Instagram. He tells you how what you eat helps your brain. Also, you need to go and work out. This is the third one. Make the choice to work out. It doesn't have to be for an hour or 2. It could be for 30 minutes in the morning. That's what I've been doing. I don't use big machines or whatever. I don't even really go to the gym. I go to the track and I go and run. It helps so much. It helps me get my day started and helps my brain in every way. The fourth and the last choice that is really important to me is planning. I plan. I have a planner, a physical planner, where I just write out everything. It gives me peace of mind. I do it the night before. You know, the night before I'm gonna start a big day or start my week. I just plan everything, not to the T. You know, I leave room for some spontaneity. And then it also helps prioritize my sleep. because that's so important. And for right now, I'm going to send it back to my crew at Temple Talk.
Welcome back, and we are so excited to welcome some of our correspondents to join us at the table tonight. So we have Corey Thompson and Olivia Rocchero joining us to discuss the VMAs. So last 37th annual VMAs took place at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York City. While some of the outfits from the red carpet were stunning, the performances from the night were the most memorable. Lil Nas X's performance consisted of unforgettable choreography to match up of Call Me By Your Name and Industry Baby with up-and-coming artist Jack Harlow. Chloe Bailey also had an explosive first performance of her debut single, Have Mercy, showing audiences what her future looks like as a solo artist. Artists like Doja Cat, Olivia Rodrigo, Normani, and more had stellar performances as well. Corey, how would you kick us off with your thoughts on these performances?
I would say that the VMAs is all about the shock experience, the shock factor. And I would say that even though Normani came in had a late notice, she had clean choreography, a white background just to show how strong she was as a vocalist. And Doja Cat, of course, showing us visuals of her having the ring light around her, just showing Planet her album. And then Normani came and swept it all up, just gave us a full performance.
Olivia, what was your favorite performance?
No, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say too, I really like Normani's and Doja Cat just because I love both of them, and like she performed Wild Side and like I've been listening to that on repeat. So like the fact that she performed it was really cool. And also I really liked too that she had like a tribute to Janet Jackson. I thought that was really cool as well. And Doja Cat, honestly, like all her performances to me are amazing. Like honestly, I feel like she goes hard like every time. So those are like my thoughts on so far with like the VMAs.
There's definitely just these performers that stand out in the music industry when it comes to their like in-person performances. Beyonce, obviously. Doja Cat, like she like it has amazed me this year as at like Made in America, like right here in Philly. It's amazing. Like her dancing skills, insane. Absolutely insane.
It's really fun, like getting to see Doja Cat become like a full-fledged pop star. Like I can remember being in high school and that song and her hit song Moo came out or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And like her going from that like weird SoundCloud character to now being like truly like the pop star, one of the pop stars of our generation, I'll say.
It's nominated.
So and she gives you what you want. You know what I mean? Like she knows what the fans and like what the public wants. And she's not afraid to either one, give it to you or push the envelope and give you something that you didn't even know you wanted.
Exactly. She knows what the public wants, but she also knows who she is as an artist and what she can bring to the table. And I honestly think, I mean, she's a queen, honestly. I love her music. I love her performances. And I just love her energy and her vibe. And I think she's so different to what we have now, but so needed also.
Yeah, I think this year at the VMA, we saw the emergence of such amazing performers and pop stars like we've never seen before. I mean, like we already named them: Normani, Doja Cat, Lil Nas X, just to name a few. They all brought it, and I don't think I've ever seen a VMAs that jam-packed with such energetic performers and just amazing new music. I really loved it. I think it was great.
I'm really curious to hear what you guys thought about Doja as a host, because like we're talking about Doja's performances, her visuals, her looks, her songs, but she was also the host of the VMAs. I won't speak first. I'm going to throw it out to the audience here. What did you guys think of her situation being host?
I think she just brings her own spunk to literally wherever she goes.
Spunk is the perfect word.
Yes, like she's just a little firecracker, I would say. Like she obviously, we've mentioned that she brings that energy on stage, but she just brought a whole like new aspect to the VMAs. Like it's similar to how Ariana Grande like brought her own fresh breath of fresh air.
There you go.
Voice. Like it's kind of like that, and I love that kind of like you see that more humane like her whole personality, not just like her Doja Cat persona, but still like has that that little side of her involved with her hosting.
And I loved her worm fit. You know, I'm not afraid to say it. I know that like, maybe people weren't a huge fan of her worm fit at that one point, but I was like, okay, I love it actually. Like I'm here for it. It's campy, it's fun, colorful. Like she kind of delivered.
But what do we think of Chloe's performance?
Oh my god.
She is crazy. She's a mini Beyonce. And I know
Chloe is a
Beyonce.
performer.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know Beyonce, I've like followed Chloe and her sister Hallie's like journey. Like I remember when they were on Disney Channel, like performing little music videos together. They were like a duo, obviously because they're sisters. But she has the smoke as well. She like, oh my God, you can see Beyonce's influence like on her voice, on her dancing. Like that is a full-fledged performer. She's being added to that list of like those like full amazing like groundbreaking performances that I would say from the night.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
She's definitely top tier. I think what makes her so special is that she not only has this, you know, natural ability to perform and just be like a superstar, but she has the voice. She's so incredibly talented. I mean, it's literally like seeing Beyonce, like a new Beyonce up there. And I don't know, I'm really excited to see what she brings like next.
No. I'm waiting for her debut album.
Right?
Lil Nas, I'm waiting for her. Oh my gosh, maybe her sister will join as well. I know her sister Hallie just performed at the Disney anniversary, but I know that's not the VMAs. But they both have stuff going on and they're making their way into this industry.
Rise in the ranks. Rise.
No, literally, absolutely. Right. And how about Lil Nas's performance with Jack Harlow? What do we think there?
Loved it. Dynamic duo. The two of them together, chef's kiss. I think they are so fun. Both of their personalities are just so energetic, and performance-wise, I mean, the both of them, I think it's exactly what the VMAs needed. And then again, Lil Nas X proving just how he is the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he took the cake. He won the bigger award night, video of the year. It's like he deserved it. He was serving looks that night. He had a phenomenal performance. I loved the visuals of his performance. I mean, I'm not afraid to say that. And he won that award. Did anyone see those photos of him leaving the VMAs after party where he's like really drunk? I was like, good, you deserve that, sir.
I
like,
love it.
Have a great night out. Make sure you drink water, Lil Nas X.
That would be my response to winning all the awards and basically just being the king of 2021.
Yeah.
His entire performance, especially the start of it, was giving me homecoming vibes from Beyonce a few years ago. Like her whole like marching in, like school spirit, like just extravaganza. I love that vibe. Just like it gives you the chills. I just loved his entrance with like the trumpets blaring and everything.
Yeah.
I
Go.
Sorry.
No, Olivia, go.
No, I was just gonna say that I also like, I just feel that Lil Nas X and like Doja Cat, for example, like they really brought everything like like at the VMAs, and I also feel like they're so like, people love them because they're so relatable, and like the things they post on social media are so funny, and like genuinely it doesn't feel like they're celebrities sometimes, like with things they post. And again, they like always keep their fans like up to date with what they're doing in terms of their music and just in general. So I think that's really cool how they're able to like really make sure that their viewers like know what's happening with them. And like again, I think that made the VMAs have like a way bigger audience because of like how many people they attract themselves.
Those are just the kinds of pop stars that like people our age are looking for now. We're not looking for someone who's like completely untouchable and on this pedestal. We're looking for someone who's essentially one of us, like someone who's a down-to-earth normal person who's not afraid to poke fun at themselves.
I was just gonna say, I love that down-to-earth side of all these celebrities, and social media nowadays like just gives that, it's literally a privilege for us to get to see that aspect, because not every celebrity is willing to show that side of them. But I think it's so cool how you see like the funny side, like, oh, they can make jokes and there's more of just like that top tier performer, like not, there's no like mask behind them, you know.
Beautiful.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and special thanks again to our guest Lexis Trachek for joining us today. Make sure to stay tuned for our next episode, but until then, we will see you next time on
Temple Talk.